Welcome back to Unspoken Sessions. Today, someone walks in carrying something very interesting. She has never been in a relationship. She has protected herself from all of that. And yet, somehow, something got in anyway, quietly, through the pages of a book. If you have ever wondered why real life never feels like enough, this session might be the answer you did not know you were looking for. If these conversations help you understand yourself a little better, subscribe and leave a like. It helps more people find this room. Hello, Hana. What brought you here today?
Honestly, I am not even sure how to explain it. I have never been in a relationship. I actually take that seriously. I want something real, something committed, something that actually means something. But lately I have been feeling this strange dissatisfaction, like I am waiting for something, and whatever I am waiting for does not seem to exist in real life.
What does that something look like in your mind?
Intense, all-consuming, someone who just knows, who chooses you so completely that there's no question, no uncertainty. Someone whose love feels like it could move mountains.
That is a very vivid picture. Where did it come from? What
Life, movies, books, I guess.
kind of books?
Dark romance, mostly. I know what you were going to say,
What am I going to say?
that they are bad for me, that they are unrealistic. I have heard it before, but I genuinely think I can separate fiction from reality. I am not naive.
I do not think you are naive at all. And I am not going to tell you your books are bad. But I am curious. You just described your picture of love in extraordinary detail, intense, all-consuming, completely certain, very mountain-moving. And you said it came from life and movies. And then you hesitated before you said books. Why did you hesitate?
Because I know how many I have read, and I know how real they feel when I am reading them
How many years have you been reading them?
since I was maybe 15 or 16. So about 6 or 7 years.
So during the exact years your understanding of love, relationships, and your own worth was forming, you were reading thousands of pages describing a very specific kind of love. Obsessive, dramatic, painful, consuming. A man who is dangerous but only for her. Broken, but she fixes him. Possessive, but she calls it devotion.
But I know those are fantasy archetypes. I am not actually looking for a dangerous man.
Maybe not consciously. But let me ask you something. When you imagine the person who will choose you, does he feel ordinary to you, or does he feel extraordinary in a way that is very hard to define, but very easy to feel?
Extraordinary, definitely extraordinary.
And when you meet real people, real men who are good, who are kind, who are consistent and present, do they feel like that?
No, they feel fine, normal, which I know sounds terrible to say.
It does not sound terrible. It sounds like someone whose internal measuring stick was built inside a very specific kind of story. Hana, our brains learn what to expect from love the same way they learn everything else, through repetition, through emotional experience. And here's the thing about dark romance specifically. It is written to be as emotionally intense as possible. Every scene is engineered to make you feel something enormous. Your brain released real chemicals reading those moments, real dopamine, real emotional responses. And over 6 years of that, your nervous system started to associate love with that level of intensity. So when something quieter and realer shows up, it genuinely does not register as love. Not because it is not love, but because it does not match the pattern your brain was trained on.
It's okay, but that is not really my fault. I was just reading books.
It is absolutely not your fault. And I want to be clear, you did nothing wrong. You were a teenager looking for stories about love, and you found them. What I am pointing out is the effect, not the blame.
Okay, what is the effect then?
3 things specifically. First, your picture of what love should feel like has been set to an intensity that real human beings simply cannot sustain. Because real people are not written by an author who controls every word they say. Real love has silence, has ordinary days, has showing up even when it is not dramatic. And because your benchmark is so extraordinary, real love feels like a disappointment before it even begins.
I have thought that. I have genuinely thought, what if nothing ever feels like enough?
That thought is important. Hold on to it. The second thing, and this one, is deeper. In dark romance, the woman's worth is almost always confirmed by the intensity of how she is wanted. He cannot eat, cannot sleep, cannot breathe without her. She is his entire world. And while that sounds romantic, what it quietly teaches is that your value as a person is measured by the desperation of someone else's desire for you. So subconsciously, you start to wait to feel worthy until someone wants you that completely. And since no real person can want anyone that completely, you keep waiting. And the waiting quietly erodes your sense of your own worth.
That actually really hit something
I thought it might.
because I do that. I think about being chosen, and I connect it to feeling like I matter. Like if someone chose me that intensely, I would finally feel like enough.
And the third thing, which connects to both of those, is that after years of stories where love is painful and complicated and dramatic before it becomes beautiful, you start to believe that pain is proof of depth. That if love does not hurt a little, it must not mean very much. That ordinary kindness could not possibly be the real thing.
I think I have been waiting for someone to make me feel all three of those things at once. The intensity, the being chosen, the beautiful kind of painful love. And now I am realizing that thing I am waiting for was written by someone. Like it was not discovered in real life by anyone.
That realization right there is one of the most important things you will ever understand about yourself.
So what do I do with it? Like I cannot just like rewire my brain overnight.
No, but you can start by separating what you feel from what is true. When you imagine love and it feels underwhelming, ask yourself whose definition of love you are measuring it against, yours or an author's. Real love is not the absence of feeling. It is feeling that is built slowly on something that is actually real, on respect, on someone choosing you consistently, not dramatically, but daily, on loyalty that shows up on the most boring Tuesday of your life, not just in the grand gesture moments.
That sounds so much quieter than what I pictured.
It is quieter, and the quietness is not emptiness. It is peace. And I want you to consider something. You have protected yourself from relationships because you take love seriously. That is actually a beautiful quality. But make sure the standard you are waiting for is yours, built from your values, your truth, not borrowed from a story someone else wrote for entertainment.
I think I have been holding out for a fictional man without even realizing it.
Most of your generation has. And the saddest part is not that the fictional man does not exist. It is that while waiting for him, real, genuine, worthy love has been walking past, unrecognized.
It's like I do not want to miss it. Like
Then start by knowing what you are actually looking for. Not intensity, not obsession, not pain dressed up as passion, but someone who respects you, who is consistent, who makes you feel safe enough to be exactly who you are. That is not a lesser love, Hana. That is the only love worth having.
I think I need to sit with all of this for a while.
Take all the time you need. But while you are sitting with it, remember this, you are already enough. Before the choosing, before the intensity, before any of it, your worth was never something someone else's love was supposed to create. It was always already yours. Real love does not find you dramatic. It finds you worthy. And worthy was always what you already were. Has dark romance ever changed the way you see real love or real people? When did you first notice it? Tell me in the comments. I'm curious to know your side.